Some farmers are feeding candy to cows. Corporations claim it's about cutting food waste, but the practice might be more about their profits. Though Americans spend about $4 billion on candy for Valentine's Day and over $11 billion on treats for Halloween, there remains a notable surplus of sweets in the US, and some of these excess treats are being sold to meat and dairy producers to be added to animal feed. While the practice of feeding candy to cattle has been going on for years, the agriculture and candy companies have more recently been reframing this as upcycling and a sustainable way to curb waste that would otherwise go to landfills. But the true story is a bit more complex. Feeding candy to livestock began as a cost-saving measure during times of drought when corn prices spiked. According to the livestock industry, candy can replace corn as a source of sugar in animal feed. However, some critics argue that it introduces nutritionally empty, chemical-laden sugars into livestock diets, potentially undermining animal health. While companies like Cargill and Hershey present this as an environmental solution, experts suggest that the real problem is overproduction, specifically driven by the commodification of corn and the production of high fructose corn syrup. Corn is heavily subsidized in the US and is used in many processed foods, including chocolate and candy. The agri-food industry is continually seeking profitable ways to manage excess corn. And because corn syrup is so cheap, there's little risk to candy companies that overproduce, especially when animal farmers are there to pay for it. Almost sounds like reducing waste, right? But really, a more sustainable option would be avoiding the excess production to begin with. Having programs like this one as a fallback may be quelling motivation to better measure and cut that food waste. Ultimately, Tamara Sommer, research director of the Food Systems Lab at Simon Fraser University, explains that without the option of using animals to absorb surplus candy waste, we would be able to question why cows would ever need to eat highly processed candy, question why there's so much waste to begin with, and be pushed to seek better solutions. Read the full story on sentientmedia.org.